The African National Congress is giving the Democratic Alliance a hard time in the government of national unity. When the DA initially entered the coalition known as the Government of National Unity, they thought that it is a chance to correct the ANC and to implement some of the progressive policies in the Democratic Alliance that have helped to achieve success in the Western Cape. But the ANC is like an old dog that can never learn any new tricks, and they have done what they know how to do best, which is do things which are only in their best interests. While signing into law things like the NHI, the Bella Bill, and now the Expropriation Act, without consulting or considering the feelings and thoughts or perspective of the Democratic Alliance, Cyril Ramaphosa is showing the DA that ANC does not intend on listening to anybody and was simply using the DA to get the 50+1 needed to have a majority government in the Republic of South Africa. With John Steenhuisen and Helen Zille kicking and screaming at Cyril Ramaphosa to hear them from the sidelines of government, Ramaphosa is jet-setting the world in the likes of Switzerland and recently gas-rich Mozambique and paying no mind to the Democratic Alliance and simply doing things that he intended to do before even knowing that the ANC would fall to 40% and need the Democratic Alliance to govern. With the African National Congress loudmouth Fikile Mbalula claiming that these policies were passed before the African National Congress was in coalition with the Democratic Alliance with the newly formed problem in Central Africa, it remains to be seen whether Cyril Ramaphosa will listen to anything the Democratic Alliance has to say on the matter, or will again take his own way and listen to nothing that the Democratic Alliance has to say. Cyril Ramaphosa cleverly, after realizing that the DA has caught on to his tricks, convened a cabinet lekgotla where he met with all ministers and deputy ministers at the Sefako Makgatho guest house, where he addressed them and ensured them that the government of national unity is still intact and the ANC intends to change. The same story that he has been preaching to the South African public and that the ANC has been singing to voters since 1994. Whether Democratic Alliance has a plan to hold the ANC accountable or force them to change, or whether they will simply sing on the sidelines while protecting their blue lights and free flights and free food and bodyguards, voters will wait and see, as the Democratic Alliance was believed to be the one party that had the power and the voters' backing with over 25% to hold the ANC to account. But with Fikile Mbalula calling John Steenhuisen John Oosthuizen, I doubt the ANC has any respect for the perspective and the leaders of the Democratic Alliance and simply sees them as privileged whites who were born into a South Africa that favors them and are hell-bent on stopping the advancement of the National Democratic Revolution. Of which Mbalula, who recently showed up to a rally in a 4 million rand car and went to Robben Island during the January 8 celebration in